He says, you're always with me. You see that? Verse 31, he said to him, child, you are always with me. And the problem is, this kid didn't care about that. The younger son discovered, God, if I could just be home with my father. If I could just be home with my father. I mean, even as a servant. If I could be home with my father, not eating pig food with all these people that don't give a rip about me. If I could be home with the one who cares more about me than anybody in the world, I'll give anything to be with my father. And the father says to the older son, you're always with me. With me. You're always with me. The deepest void in the older brother's heart is that he lived in the house with the father and he found it quite unsatisfying. Right? He lived with all the privileges of the elder brother, ate with the father every night, was the heir of everything. He wasn't happy with that situation. And the unhappiness came out when there was a contrast between some privileges for an undeserving brother and then his blaming and his anger and his resentment and his dissatisfaction with his father came out. He did not love his father. He didn't. He didn't love being with him. And so the father says, you're always with me. These are the words of the elder brother here, these are the words of a person who loves partying with his friends at his father's expense rather than being with the father. You never let me party with my friends. You never provided for what I really want. You know, one of the most striking verses in Luke is in chapter 16, verse 14, where it says the Pharisees were lovers of money. You don't think about the Pharisees loving money. You think about Pharisees loving the law and being legalists. Jesus said in chapter 16, verse 14, the Pharisees were lovers of money. In other words, deep down, behind all this legal religiosity was worldliness. Man, they loved to party. And they couldn't party. They had to go to church. Are you happy in church? Or is this a cloak for business purposes? I don't know if that works in Dallas anymore. Doesn't many places. Used to. But it still might work in Bible Belt. I don't know. Like, this is safe because you look religious here, but you don't like it here. Those songs, bleh. I love them, Phil. You sing all day, and I'm with you. But I wrote a response to a person. I recorded a response on APJ the other day because the question was, so-and-so, you'd know his name, just said he doesn't go to church and he can't worship God with singing. Some of you know who I'm talking about. Doesn't mean anything to him. So you might be here in the house, in the Father's house, so to speak, and hate it. This son did not love being with his father. That's what's the deepest void. He doesn't love his father. He doesn't enjoy sitting at table with his father. He's thinking about his friends and the money he might get and whatever else is out there. But it sure doesn't meet his needs to be with the Father.